Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tackle a headache that is, well, super common in a lot of businesses. That massive disconnect between your service techs out in the field and the procurement team back at the office. We're going to demystify a really powerful SAP process that's designed to fix exactly that.
All right, so let's just start with a scene that probably sounds very familiar. A technician's on a job, they figure out the problem, and then boom, they realize they need a part that they just don't have in the van. That one little moment, it kicks off a whole chain of events. The real question is it an efficient chain, or is it just a tangled mess?
For a lot of companies, it is absolutely the tangled mess. You know the drill. The technician has to call the back office, then someone over there manually creates a purchase request, and then a storm of emails starts flying back and forth just for approvals. And all this time, the cost of that part isn't even linked to the actual service job until, weeks later? It makes it pretty much impossible to know if you're actually making any money on that job in real time.
Yeah, so this gap between the service team on the ground and the procurement folks back at HQ, it's not just an inconvenience, it creates some pretty big challenges for the business.
I mean, just look at the contrast here. It's like night and day. On one side, you've got this disconnected workflow that's all manual, it's slow, and you've got zero visibility. You're basically flying blind. But the ideal, where we all want to be, is this integrated system. It's automated, it's fast, and every single cost is tracked instantly. The whole goal, of course, is to get from the left side of the screen to the right.
So, how do we do that? How do we bridge that gap and actually get from disconnected to totally integrated? Well, this is where SAP's solution process, known by its scope item ID 3NI, comes into the picture.
Okay, so what is 3NI exactly? Well, the official jargon is a solution process that integrates service management with procurement. But let's think of it in a much simpler way. It's basically the digital glue. It's the glue that perfectly connects the service order to the entire purchasing process.
And that's its whole purpose, really. The entire reason it exists is to create this automatic, unbreakable link. So when a part is needed for a job, 3NI makes sure that need automatically kicks off the entire procurement cycle. We're talking from the initial request all the way to payment, and everything is tied directly back to that one specific job.
So how does this actually play out in the real world? Come on, let's walk through the automated flow from start to finish. It's pretty cool.
So it all kicks off the very moment a technician adds a non-stock part to a service order. Instantly, the system creates a purchase requisition that then gets converted into a purchase order. And here's the really key part, an automated notification gets sent immediately back to the service order. And don't worry, for businesses that need that extra layer of control, there's even an optional approval workflow. Now, this isn't just about placing an order. This is that critical first step towards complete and total transparency. Because the second that part is officially on order,
Bam! The service order gets notified instantly. Think about that. The service manager doesn't need to call purchasing anymore. The technician isn't left in the dark wondering what's going on. The status is just updated automatically, right there, inside the job itself.
And the automation doesn't stop there, not even close. When the part finally arrives, the goods receipt triggers another critical update. The actual cost of that part is posted to the service order right away. From there, the process just flows seamlessly through the supplier invoice and the final cost posting for customer billing. It's a beautiful thing. You know, this quote from the documentation, procurement costs are updated in the service order, it might sound a little dry, but its impact is absolutely huge. Remember that tangled mess from the beginning? This is the solution. This gives you a live, real-time view of a job's margin. You exactly what you've spent the moment you've spent it, which gives you this crystal clear picture of your profitability.
So, what's the real payoff here? When you put it all together, what does all this seamless integration and automation actually deliver to the business?
The benefits really come down to three big wins. First, you get seamless integration, which just wipes out all that manual work and the errors that come with it. Second, those automated updates give everyone involved complete visibility into what's happening. And third, you still get to keep control with flexible approval workflows right where you need them.
So ultimately, what you're doing is transforming this fragmented, reactive process into a real strategic advantage. Your service gets faster because parts are ordered in a snap. Your costing becomes precise because it's updated in real time. And you gain total visibility into the entire service job, from that very first call all the way to the final bill.
And that kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. When you close that gap between service and procurement, you're doing way more than just buying parts more efficiently. You're actually building a more responsive, a more profitable, and a more transparent service organization. So, what could that level of integration really unlock for your team?